Are you sitting comfortably? Well, you will be in a Cinelux Milano cinema chair. These are lovely, aren't they? Which is why we bought them. There's Lincoln passing the money over. Yeah, some nice stuff on this stand. Yeah, they're really smart, aren't they? So Lincoln's got the 2, and I've got the 1, which I need to bring home. And I also think I should bring this home. Mark's Italian Garage. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? This is a stand next door. He has some lovely stuff too. Yeah, these are fun, but I'm not sure about butchering bits of car to do it. But it's quite quirky. Shows a bit of imagination, doesn't it? Now, should have got that cinema sign, shouldn't we? Really? I don't know how we missed that. And that Pirelli's lovely, isn't it? With the sort of oak leaf type pattern and the tractor tyre. Not bothered about Burger King. Bianchi was nice. There's some really nice stuff here, actually. I've got his card. We ought to go and visit him. That Mealy one's nice too, isn't it? And that cinema. There's the Mealy again. Yeah, I was taken with that Pirelli. And as you know, I like a Bianchi. It looks like it's the Motorrose one. Oh look, he's sitting comfortably. Perhaps I ought to go and see if he's got a ticket. Make like I'm an usherette. A bit cheeky really, seeing as we've just bought them. That's lovely, that battery symbol, isn't it? So yeah, poster of a battery. Something about testing frogs and electrocuting them. Not sure about that. This is lovely, isn't it? Just right for the lake. You've got a little Alpha engine there. I don't know if that's a GTO or not. How many plug leads has it got? No, it's just a standard one. I've seen a GTO engine in one of these before, with the twin plug. Pretty cool though. This one's cool as well. I really like this. So we got a what looks like a Flaminia 3C, doesn't it? Engine. See, that's sort of backwards. Got the flywheel at the front of it for some reason, and driving through the front pulley. Don't know why that is. Don't know enough about them, to be honest. Oh, what's this one? I think this was another Lancia, wasn't it? Oh, it says on the side Flaminia, doesn't it? Yeah, it's another 3C. Yeah, really smart, aren't they? They're mahogany. Isn't it lovely, the varnish? Yeah, they'd be good, wouldn't they, for the lake? Yeah, so these posters. Well, there you go. See, I liked them. I kept filming them. This is nice, isn't it? Now, apparently Mark Newson's, the designer, his wife's got one of these. They're quite valuable, actually. It's cool, the little aero. A Balala? Don't know how you should pronounce that one. Shows my ignorance. Don't know enough about them. They're cute. But yeah, fair entry price, Not sure about that. Charcuterie. Now, I did say last week about that Moto Guzzi, didn't I? And there you go. That's what I was on about. They look like that Moto Guzzi flywheel, don't they? Exactly exactly the same thing. I'm sure they have a, nickname for that Moto Guzzi, something similar. If not, we'll start it up ourselves, won't we? Chopping your bread. Don't stick your hand in there. Look, mine out. You'll get minus a digit. Now this was proper tidy. Look how tidy it is in there. Look how clean. I was quite taken with this one. Not inexpensive, but you couldn't restore one for that money. And who would want to have to anyway? Really, awkward thing to have to do. And they never come out that well. Yeah, €35,000, I think that was, wasn't it? Which, what's that? About £30,000. Not inexpensive, as I said, but you know, what do you get for your money now? Not a lot, not in labour. See the spot welds? See, you can see that's a good car. When you see spot welds around the wheel arches, they're not all rotten, they're not puddinged up. It's a nice one. I sort of quite like the colour. I'm not entirely convinced by it. I think there's better colours on them. But it's a nice one. I like the hubcaps. It looks like it's the one from the brochure there, you see. So I was taken with that. One day, I like that with the whole period tax discs and things. Again, more signage, isn't it? Nice signage. Now this guy, he makes spectacles. So you can see the sort of acetate he makes them out of there. You can see the sort of templates and where he's been cutting them out. So there he's cutting them out. The jeweler's saw, they cut downwards, you see, on the little bench there. You see that I'm sort of mimicking that. A tiny little mill there for doing stuff. But yeah, you can see there's a scrap where he's cut them out. And template there, stuck on it. And then you have to sort of warm it up to bend it round where your sort of bridge's nose would go. It's a, you know, nice workbench that, isn't it? Reminds me of when I used to do jewellery. Yeah, a good setup here. A little school engine, diesel injector, show how it works. There's the man and his mate. So yeah, look, here's some of the stock. We had a chat with him and they're all bespoke made. This is just examples of what he does. So what you know, you don't buy them. You know, that's an idea and then he makes it bespoke. Another school engine. They are really cool little things, aren't they? You know, a bit of a thing for them. There he is, so this is the guy. Now, I was quite taken with them ones. I reckon they're alright. Now, he's based in Venice. But, yeah, you know, these aren't for the faint-hearted. They start at over €1,000. And can go up quite quickly. And he was saying that the bone, you know, is even more expensive. They're made of antler. There you go. See what you reckon. Suits you, sir. I can, but yeah, I'm not ready for that sort of expense. But here he is. He's showing a sort of journalist how he does it. But yeah, it's proper skill, isn't it? There's the doggy under there, and that's cute. He's got his dog with him. Nice business though, if you can do it. But I think, you know, I was thinking making the frames is something I could do, but the actual eye tests and all that stuff, I think, is a very different thing. I think you need a fair bit of training for that. Although I don't know. I'm sure some of the people that do it aren't very well trained. But I think if you do it properly, you know, I don't mean these people that just sort of do these free eye tests that probably are a bit wonky. They end up with wonky eyes. Yeah, there's his little badge thing. He's made that. A little display board. You can see how it's sort of pierced out. It's lovely, isn't it? And I thought that was quite charming, that little model of the shop in Venice. Yeah, that's a little thing about him in a magazine. But yeah, that's his shop front. Someone's made a little model of it. I thought it was quite sweet. And you see his bench there that he works at? That's cool, isn't it? Next time I'm in Venice, I'll look him up. I quite like these sort of cool boxes. They're cool. Well, they are, aren't they? They're quite smart. I like them. Yes, keep your picnic cold. This is doggy. Yeah, nice workbench that, isn't it? I do like that. I need to get a bench like that and start doing some more jewellery type stuff. I think it's high time I started doing some more creative stuff. Oh, look at that in white. It does look good, doesn't it? Yeah, they really are something, aren't they? Yeah. Looks like the one from the Dallara Museum, doesn't it? He had a white one, I'm sure. Old Gianpaolo. We met him coming out of the delicatessen one morning. It's great. He's very happy to say hello. Yeah, apparently this Alpha's a touring copy, but you wouldn't know. It looks lovely. I quite like that Lambda. Very anthill mob, isn't it? Very cool though, isn't it? That's a nice thing. I like that. I don't know which series that is, because there's loads of different ones. Well, you know, got to have proper rubber, haven't you? Got a bit of a rubber fetish, I have. I do like to have the correct rubber on a car. These vintage tyres, they are expensive, but they just set them off properly, don't they? Oh, yeah, distracted by a Reaver. Yeah, so yeah, these are smart, aren't they? I like that one. That's nice. I think that's is that a Michelin? We're just looking at Predators. I think we're back on a Michelin's now. Yeah, they're nice. They're just something right about them. And you put these modern wonky things on, they look wrong. Oh, it's a Pirelli. That is a Pirelli, that one. I'm sure there were some Michelins. Let's have a look. Keep going, we'll find out, won't we? Yeah, they're Michelins. That's the old X, isn't it? That's nice as well. I like that. Well, a bit too close to the subject, don't I, when I can go on about how much I like a tyre. But I do. I think they're great. These vintage tyres, but they are expensive. You know, it's all right if you've got, you know, an expensive car. You sort of think, okay, fair enough, sort of thing. But when you have something a bit more normal, like that little Alfa we were just looking at, you know, you can be looking at sort of £300-400 each for tyres for them, and seems a bit pricey for that. That's nice, isn't it? Now, really taken with this, I was. Lovely, isn't it? Didn't have the extra windows like that one at the beginning of the first film we did. But these are the slightly later ones, aren't they? Which don't always have that. I think that's just the Romeo has those. That's nice. You see how the seat, it all sort of folds over. You'll see in a minute when I go round. So you get an idea how it works. I liked it with the little curtains as well. Little privacy. Go to sleep in it. I'll tell you what, I was quite tired at some points during the whole day. I'd have liked to have gone and had a little kip in it. Yeah, that's lovely, isn't it? Charming. I like them. It's got a chrome bumper on that one. They're normally painted. And I like these mirrors. They look very good. Yeah, so normally the stuff's painted, not chromed. But, you know, this one obviously... well, I don't know why it's a bit more, you know, jazzed up, for want of a better description. Yeah, you can see him in the mirror. He's eating his ice cream. Oh, I don't know, actually, he's eating something. Yeah, nice sun visors as well. You see the sort of translucent perspexy type stuff. They're cool. Clear indicator repeaters. They're the same as Fiat 500 ones. Yeah, you see how that folds down? So you can sort of walk through. No, I like them. I think that's nice. Headliner's nice as well, isn't it? I was taken with that. I wouldn't mind that. Oh, now you know I do like these. 1000 SP, a lovely thing. But I didn't spend much time looking at them. There's too much else to see, really, and I've seen them before. I think I said that. We have a quick look at the old Reaver, though. It's nice, isn't it? See, this has got this sort of orange trim to it. A little tangerine. Or maybe coral. Maybe you'd call that coral. But see the colour of the steps? That's the usual colour you have of Reavers. That's their sort of signature colour. Which is a cool colour. But yeah, look. You'd call that coral, that colour, wouldn't you? Pink. But yeah, they used to call it coral, I think because people didn't like calling their cars pink. You know, you used to get it on Zodiacs and things like that. So very much that sort of 50s, you know, transatlantic stuff. Them Pirelli badges. Yes, this is all the sort of trinkets they do, which, yeah, it is expensive, all this kit. But anything to do with Reavers is, but, you know, wow. They are quite nice, aren't they? I thought I'd have a quick, you know, show some of it. Yeah, they're quite cool, those little knives, aren't they, in the Reaver shape. Little fruit knife. Peel your apple with it. The Reaver Boutique. Lancia Appia Zagato, that's nice. Here's a wire form. Now I'm not sure how practical a wire form is to use opposed to the wooden sort of buck. I suppose it depends how well you make it, but I'm not convinced. You know how useful it is compared to the wooden one, but they look cool. They're a nice thing to have. Mind you, not the wooden blocks don't look cool. They look very good. But yeah, I thought we should get some details of this because I'm still trying to put that Ghibli back together, aren't I? Which has been a bit vexing. But that's what it's like putting cars together that other people took apart and that they lost most of the bits for. But we're getting there slowly. And this has got the different type of vents. It's got these sort of flip over ones. Yeah, a lot of them have those sort of twist ones. More nicer. There you go. Now there's that coral colour again, and that's an exact example of how it looks so good. Perfect car to have it on. I just take him with this. I think it's a bit ambitious having a little caravan on the back. He's a bit overwhelmed with it as well. He looked, didn't he? Hope he wasn't getting some bad news. This is cool, isn't it? So he builds all these, old Rolf. Steyr. I was looking at a Steyr engine earlier. Makes a nice job of it, doesn't he? I like that shell sign. He's always a jolly old chap, isn't he? Countess poster. Yeah, motorbikes again. Remember, I might have one of them little funny Italjet things. Not when we were kids, more recently. Well, it wasn't recently, it was over 25 years ago, but 30 years ago, in fact. But yeah, I do remember someone when I was a kid had one. Being rather jealous of it. Look how tiny it is. For scale. Doesn't really show the scale, actually, but you know what I mean. This is elegant, isn't it? Yeah, it's a long way from the Miura, though, isn't it? Yeah, the Miura really is something. This is slightly gawky front, isn't it? Slightly odd, but they are cool. But, he was onto something, wasn't he? It's so strange how these glass bends round like that. Nice, those door handles. But you see them on other things. It's not just the Lamborghini has that. I think you might see that on something more prosaic, actually, sometimes. But yes, very elegant. Nicely done. This was a strange brew. So this is a TZ with a different body on it, but apparently it's had this body on it nearly all its life. Here you can see the twin plug. It's a cool bit of kit, but I prefer them as they are. I think But what was quite interesting was that with this bodywork, you could sort of get a bit more glimpse of how the chassis is built and the suspension, how it sits and everything, which I thought was useful. But yeah, I'm not sure I wouldn't want to rebody it the way it should be. Slightly defeats the object though, doesn't it? Because if it's been like that nearly all its life, as Lincoln was saying, you really should leave it like it. But yeah, and I guess if you could afford to buy it and rebody it, you just buy a TZ in the first place, wouldn't you? You wouldn't mess around like that. Little Alvis, he's quite a sporty one. Now this has got what they call the jelly mould hubs. You see these sort of wobbly hubs? Looks like the old-fashioned jelly mould. So they don't have splines. It relies on those sort of wobbly bits to locate it and in place of the splines, as it were. It's a nice colour. Said by someone that doesn't know anything else about it. Or what else to say about it. This is cool, this old Lamborghini, isn't it? Not sure about these wheels, if that's a period thing for moving it around, so it doesn't carve all the tarmac up, or if that's something that someone's made for it. Looks good. And an amphicar next to a swimwagen. But you know, I know about amphicars, as you probably know if you watch the channel. I get very involved with one of them, and I've even been out on the water in it. Now, yet another Mistral. Spider, this is a 3.7. I think the silver one with the black hardtop was a 4 litre. This one was priced at just under €500,000. The other one was at €500,000 or just over, I think. This is a nice car, but I think the discount became, because it's 3.7, and there were a few little details that weren't quite right on it. So it probably cooled it on price a little bit. But it's still cool. But that's correct, that horn push. I was getting details of that because I've got to make one of them for mine. So I bought a horn push, but it hasn't got the Maserati badge in the middle, so I've got to sort that bit out. I reckon I can do that. Yeah, the guys were very, very accommodating, having a chat with me about this one. So yeah, it's a cool thing. There you go. If you want to contact them, that's them. This looks good, doesn't it? And yeah, it's slightly different the way it's sat. I don't know, the very low profitars looks slightly different, but I guess it's because it's had a bit of tweaking. And I guess he's the man to tweak them, isn't he? Oh, Mickey Passia. Well, he does. He sells them now, doesn't he? But, you know, if you know anything about him, you'll know he was the top man for racing them back in the day, or rallying them. And you know what he started on? Little Auto Bianchi A112, like my one. Now, this is early car, you see, with the funny little indicators. Very early one. Doesn't seem bad price for an early one. They're rare. They're proper rare. Didn't have the earliest lights. They have a slightly different light on the very first year of production, I think. So I'm not sure if they're the correct ones for it, or if you know, they'd been replaced at some point, or maybe, you know, only the first year of production had them or something. This is lovely, isn't it? They're nice in white. And it didn't seem bad price for one of them. Now, it's not the flat dash model. It's the one with the little, you know, peaks on the dash. So it's not the most desired one. So it's not like a GTA. Well, obviously it's not like a GTA because it's not GTA, but, you know, if you see what I mean. I like this Simca. I was quite taken with that. I thought that was nice. And that shell behind's nice. So I thought that was all right. This is a cool bit of kit, isn't it? It's a good colour as well, actually. Very 70s colour. I was into that. Now, so it says it's a 16 valve head. You see? Which it is. Yeah, slightly weird looking head. It's proper big wheels on it, and that, so it's you know, it's the real deal. It's quite a smart thing. I don't know enough about these to tell you any more than that, but it did look like the pucker thing. There's another cute early one. This is a bit steeper in price, I thought. But, you know, still nice, still very nice. And very tidy. Well, they're obviously proud of this. Put a mirror under it. They're cool things, actually, aren't they? The 131s. That's the pucker art bath, isn't it? That's not just a normal one. Not like a Super Mirror Fury I used to have. That's quite nice in that grey. I'm not really that bothered about them. This thing had a turbo on it. Well, I was trying to have a turbo on it. Most of it seems to be missing. So I don't know what this was all about. Yeah, it looks to me like it needs a bit of finishing, that thing. Now the Cougar Fisher guys, you see they're remaking a lot of stuff here. You see it's all CNC milled out. And there's your potatoes. That's what controls the fuel trim. I still don't fully understand them. I've got to strip my one down and have a look at it and work out how it works. But yeah, these are the boys for the bits if I need the bits for them. But yeah, it's all new, isn't it, that body? Look, you can see. So they're proper amongst it now, which is useful. I've got to take with this one. Yeah, I think that must just drive on top of the wheel there somehow. You know, on top of the tyre. It's quite a cool little thing. It's nice. I like that. But yeah, it was surprising price when we get to it in a minute. But I guess people are fanatical about them. You'd have to be to pay that for it. Yes, I don't think I'll be stamping up that sort of money for them. But it's quite cool. And this one's nice as well. And again, a fair bit of money, isn't it? But it's nice. It is nice. You see, you're not the only person who likes tyres. They've stolen them. This was tidy. Very nice. Although I do prefer the boxier supers. But this was very cool. This is a colour I particularly like. Although I'd rather have this on the hubcaps. I think they're nice on the little hubcaps. I very nearly got a stash show, one of them, 4-door, a while ago, but it didn't come off. Now this is identical to my one when I first got it in this silver. Although mine was 50 quid. But actually, 16,000 euros doesn't seem over the top for that. You know, if it's that tidy and doesn't need any welding by the looks of it, looks like you can just get to enjoy it. So, yeah, I thought that's all right. A Fulvia Zagato. I assume this would be an alley-bodied one because of the, you know, they've taken the aluminium off of it. And they've obviously been doing a fair bit of repaneling. What they did have that panel there, wasn't it? And they've remade that. And the welding doesn't look brilliant, but I don't think they were from factory. They sort of spodged them on there a bit. But you can see, you know, why they don't fare very well. And also, they don't have the same sort of rigidity in the body, do they? That you'd have on the steel body coupe. Now, I think that's where the bonnet hinges go, which will mean it's one of those ones that flips up to the side, which again is one of the, I think that's the earlier cars have that feature. Yeah, Lincoln's not happy about these little big blobs they'd put in there, hold it together. And like I said to him, I said it might even be factory. Another one we lost this year. It's sad, isn't it? This is nice. Giaro di Sicilia, which is a lovely bit of graphics, isn't it? But yeah, I think this is, they're obviously promoting this. This must be an event they're trying to make happen again. They're Mons. They've got Big Ken Lo in there as well. Big Ken Lo fan, keep it cool. Ah, this is elegant, isn't it? That's them rear lights, you see. Very elegant car, aren't they? This is the 330 GTC, isn't it? Well, I actually don't mind the 330, the Chinese eye thing. I think they're cool. But yeah, this is a pretty car. Here we are, Lancia. Is this the D50, isn't it? I think. Or the D20. I think it's a 50. I can't remember now. But then pontoon fuel tanks. Look, you see, that is the fuel tanks. You see, they are proper on the side. Like, it looks like you're going to jettison them like one of them old fighter planes that used to have the long-range tanks. You know, the belly tanks they used to jettison, and then that's what people used to make them weird little salt lake races out of them, didn't they? But yeah, this is Obviously, you don't jettison them. And it's cool, isn't it? I suppose they're trying to, sort out some streamlining, isn't it? Sort of in the airflow behind the wheels. I don't know how that would actually perform in a wind tunnel, what you'd actually get, but that was obviously the idea. Massive brakes. This is from the Alfa Romeo Museum, isn't it? And with that, we're 30 minutes in. I think I'll sign off and we'll come back next week for some more. There's plenty more footage. So see you next week. I'll go and check out my cinema chair, see if that old boy's got out of it yet. See if he's finished watching The Bicycle Thieves on La Dolce Vita. Righto, see you next week.